Good morning, y'all. I am chilly. It is cold in this house, so I'm wearing my hoodie, but I have to go out and let the ducklings out. I had my morning prayer, had my morning time in the Bible. Now I gotta get out and start these farm chores. I'm hoping today the plan is to clean up 2 of my garden beds and get them ready for me to plant some peppers. I have a bunch of plants. Let me show y'all. Right outside my door, I have all of those plants full of tomatoes, peppers, and cabbages. I've already got some tomatoes planted in one of my beds, but those other ones are going in the ground. I just don't know when I'm going to plant them in the ground. Put a bunch of wood chips in our new, or not our new, but our garden, our in-ground garden, because we have very clay soil and we're hoping the wood chips will help break it up. But it's not quite ready to plant in. I'm probably going to go ahead and plant in it. It's not going to do great this season. I know that. I understand that. So I'm mainly using these garden beds for like the things that I know I need. And in there I'll do like watermelon, cantaloupe, things that if I don't get a huge yield on it, it's not a huge deal to me. And extra tomatoes because I already have 8 tomatoes planted in my other garden bed. And I have cucumbers. I don't have a spot for my zucchini, so it's gonna have to go in there, which is kind of upsetting to me because we do eat a lot of zucchini during the year. But it is what it is. Right now, though, I gotta empty the water pool, or the little pool I have for my ducklings, because it's nasty. So I need to empty it. I am gonna use that to water my garden because it's full of nutrients for the garden. Ducklings are messy. Good morning, babies. There are the ducklings. There are the chicks. And don't worry, they didn't have food and water overnight, but they'll have plenty in the morning. They're about to go out there and they'll have plenty of food. I do need to mix up some more food for them. If you've never owned ducklings, the protein that you first get with like flock raiser is really high in percentage. Ginger, get away from the chicks. Is really high in protein. So I have to start adding oats, and then I add yeast as well, nutritional yeast for them to bring up the niacin because they require more niacin than is in flock raiser. I could get a duck raiser type feed, but I want them on all flock because we don't just raise ducks, we raise chickens too. So I don't mind supplementing to be able to get what I need. So anyways, I have a bucket. We're gonna empty their little pool and get to work. My first time actually emptying this. They've only been here for about a week. So we will see if this works. If not, I'll have to find a different way to do this. This is my tomato bed. Okay, we got that. Sorry, it's really windy today. We got the duck pond emptied, or the duck, whatever you want to call this. The duck swimming pool emptied. Get it filled up now with water. I'm about to, sorry, that's my boar goats that are yelling at me. I'm about to refill their feed and then get them put in their daytime area, which is Let's get their feed. Ooh, I forgot their bowl. I got their bowl. Okay, I got their bowl. Um, their bowl is nothing fancy. It's literally a old stepping stone that my kids don't play with anymore. So that is what I used to feed them in. There is a certain ratio I go off of. So I do 10 scoops of these to 2 scoops of oats. Might not be perfect math, but it's about 20%. I mean, if these are, 10 is 100, 20% too. So that's what I do. It just makes it easier for me. I don't have to sit here and bring out cups and bring out this and bring out that. As far as the yeast, I just make sure I give them a lot. I mean, it's 1 tablespoon per cup, but since I don't measure like that, that's just not what I do in cooking or in anything. I just dump a whole bunch. It's just a whole heck of a lot, probably more than a tablespoon per cup. And it's not dangerous for them to have too much. It's actually better for them to have more than necessary. 1 tablespoon is just the bare minimum. So I do more than necessary just to make sure that they have what they need. Okay, don't be me and make sure that you're scooping out your whole flock and not your medicated chickpea before you put your oats in, because I did that. And then I had to dump what I had already put in there because ducklings cannot have medicated chick feed. It's bad for them. It'll kill them. So yeah, I had to go back and dump that. So if you're raising both, just make sure you read your bags, not just go for the red bag because they're both red and you're going to accidentally kill your ducklings. Thankfully, I caught it before I gave it to him. I was like, wait, that just came out of the medicated chick feed. I can't give that to them. Let's put some ducklings out now. Okay, the way I am going to put these guys out is I have a tote right here. And they're going to go in the blue tote and we're going to take them out like that because I was previously taking them out in like a little Walmart box. But they're getting big and they're trying to jump out of the box every time. Even though they know where they're going. They're going outside. They're going to their pool. But they still want to fight. If they would follow me, I wouldn't mind just letting them go walk behind me. But they won't follow me. They're pains in my butt. So let's see how this goes. Come on, buddy. There you go. Well, come on. That wasn't too bad. They didn't fight me too much. So let's go put these babies. Let's go put them in their day area. Okay, guys, here I am pulling up some broccoli. I'm working on that garden maintenance now, trying to get it cleaned up and ready to plant my summer crops. This is broccoli that I planted back in October that we had run its course with it. I just let it go to seed so that I could get some seeds out of it because I'm running out. I'm about to show you some garlic that I pulled. It just ended up freezing in one of the last frosts. We didn't cover this bed very well, as it already we'd gotten a lot out of this bed already, and I knew that I was needing to replant this bed, so I just never covered it. I'm talking to my husband there. There was a coon hound that was on the other side of the fence. There's some cauliflower I had already picked before. I didn't let that one go to seed. We ended up eating that cauliflower. So I just pulled the dead plant. You'll see me walk to the back. I'm over there dumping it in our compost. We have a garden bed that looks similar to these other garden beds that we're just using as our compost pile. But here I am just pulling up everything, getting broccolis out just so that I can go inside and get some seeds out of these broccolis. And I'll part of this video will show you me going through and getting seeds. Okay, now we are inside. I am just taking the little pods off of the broccolis and gonna open them up and pull the seeds out. I really just sat down at my kitchen table and put on a documentary and listened to that while I did this. It probably took me about 45 minutes. Some of these seeds, I'm going to use them for sprouting microgreens, and the rest of them, I'm going to save them to plant next season. I definitely need to get more cauliflower seeds. I am running out of cauliflower seeds, but I did not think about that this season. Well, in reality, my cauliflower didn't do great this season. I think I got one, maybe two cauliflowers, and that was it. But I usually struggle with cauliflower. I live in Texas, so it's really hot. Broccoli, I can usually get a couple of heads out of, but my cauliflower struggles. I'm thinking about going to like a purple or a different kind of broccoli or cauliflower, I mean, because the white cauliflower out here, I don't know if it's just the heat and the humidity, it just never does well. Even if I do it in the fall or in the spring, I usually only get a handful of heads of cauliflower versus broccoli where I get a lot, but I do enjoy cauliflower. So yeah, this is just, it takes a while. It takes a long time to do this and it's really tedious and hard work. I'm not going to lie, I see now why whenever you order broccoli seeds, you don't get a lot of broccoli seeds in there. It's just a lot of hard work. The seeds are itty bitty 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 and they're really hard to see and get out. Okay guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Just taking y'all around to see what I do in my garden and getting that bed ready for my more summer crops. I grew everything there in the winter time and beginning of like March. It's now getting to be about April, and so now I'm switching over to more summertime because we live in Texas and it gets hot quickly. So things like lettuce, cabbage, stuff like that, it just doesn't last long after about March, April time. It starts to really want to bolt. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you enjoy videos like this, like, comment, subscribe, and I gotta go get a chick.